H- Hey everyone. This is a morning live stream. Um, I just want to come on here and ask why all the hate on the world heavyweight title. Now, I'm not talking about the new design. I'm talking about the old. When it comes to the new design, well, you can add the new design of it in there, but I'm originally talking about the old design when it was brought back in 2002, and the main reason I wanted to talk about this is because I'm gonna show you that the world heavyweight title is not just about WCW and also the NWA. No, it goes farther than that. And what I'm gonna show you here is the original version of the world heavyweight title. This right here is the original world is the original world heavyweight wrestling championship. This right here. And it says right here is one of the title belts used to represent the original World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship in the early 20th century. And this was established May 4th, 1905, and it was retired July 24th, 1957. And the first world heavyweight champion was George Hankenschmidt. George Hankenschmidt was the first ever world heavyweight wrestling champion. Now, when it comes to this version right here, the first champion was George Hankenschmidt, and the final champion was Lou Thez. And Ed the Strangler Lewis, that was his wrestling name, um, held the title 4 times, and the longest reign was Jim London's. And well, my bad. I'm sorry I mispronounced his name. The man with the longest reign was Jim London's at 260. Well, in 2,628 days, and the shortest reign was well you see well you can see it right here. So this right here was the original world heavyweight wrestling championship, and you can see it right here. Now this right here is a picture of Frank Gotch and George Hankenschmidt. And yeah, there were the first two champions. They were the first. They were the first two men who have held again the original World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Over here is a picture of George Hackenschmidt and and Jenkins right here. And over here is the final champion who will go on to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Lou Thesz. And these are the reigns right here. And it also says right here, the title was deactivated on July 24th, 1957. And it also says lineage continued over to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And right here is Ed Lewis, who has the most reigns. Again, there were 28 reigns during this time. And you can also see it right here. This is Jim Londos, who had the longest individual reign. And over here, you can see it better. This right here is the reigns that they had, and it also tells the combined reigns as well. So yep, this is the original. That was the original World Heavyweight title belt. And right now, we're about to go ahead and switch over to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, also known as the 10 pounds of gold, or in Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce and Tim Storm's case. They call it the 10 pounds of gold, and they also call it Sweet Charlotte. And this is the title right here. And this and the date it was established was July 14th, 1948. And yeah, the current champion is EC3. The first champion was Orville Brown, and the most reigns Ric Flair held the title 9 times, and the longest reign is Lou Thesz at 2,300 days. And Shane Douglas only held it for 3.5 minutes. And there's the rest of it. So, yeah. This right here is Lou Thesz with the original version of the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. And this right here is Harley Race with a new version of it. And then you have the big gold version that represented the NWA World's Heavyweight title before WCW became declared full ownership of the big gold belt. And this right here, you can see Sting and the Nature Boy. And the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Right here, this is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, holding the 10 pounds of gold. R.I.P. to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and also R.I.P. to Lou Thesz. And then this right here is the Beast Dan Severn, who is a 2-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And when TNA Total Nonstop Action was working with the National Wrestling Alliance, Jeff Jarrett won the title 6 times. And Jeff Jarrett, along with his father Jerry, may Jerry Jarrett rest in peace. They founded Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. And you know, it's a shame that they fired Scott D'Amore. I think it was the wrong decision, but you know, the higher ups at Anthem decided to go ahead and fire him anyways, which is a load of bull, you know. But yeah, this is Jeff Jarrett, who won the NWA World Heavyweight title 6 times in TNA when it was affiliated with the NWA. And then you have Blue Demon Jr., who won the title in Mexico. And yes, he is the first Hispanic wrestler and the first masked luchador to hold the NWA World Heavyweight title. And over here you have scrap iron Adam Pearce, who is now in the WWE as the general manager of Monday Night Raw. This is Adam Pearce with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And he won that title 5 times. 5 times. And right here is Nick Aldis. He is a 2-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And he's also in the WWE right now, and he is the general manager of Friday Night SmackDown. And right here is Gene Kiniski with the third design of the NWA World Heavyweight title with the crown belt that you've seen with Harley Race before the 10 pounds of gold came to be. And right here is the big gold belt that represented the NWA. From 1986 to 1986 to 1993. And right here is the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, EC3 Ethan Carter III. And the NWA currently recognizes 101 individual World Heavyweight Championship reigns. So yeah, this is the current champion right now. And right now, I'm gonna go into the list of NWA World Heavyweight Champions because I think it needs to be brought up that Cody Rhodes actually won the NWA World Heavyweight title. See, Cody Rhodes' name is right there. That was when he went by the name Cody because WWE had rights to the Rhodes name, and and that was back then when they had the rights to it. And he held it for 50 days. I think it should have been longer. And Ken Shamrock held the title for 49 days. And you have the Great Muta who held it for 48 days. You have Sabu. You're starting to see ECW legends who have held the title. Sabu is in this list. There's Giant Baba. And yep, you have Hispanic wrestlers who have won this title. You had You have Asian wrestlers who have won this title as well. And right here is Kerry Von Erich. May he rest in peace. Me and my dad, we saw the Iron Claw, and it was a good movie. I think Kerry Von Erich should have held the title way longer than just 18 days. And then here's the rest of it. You have Shane Douglas up here, who was the first ECW legend to hold the title. But to anyone who have watched ECW in the past, we all know what happened the moment that Shane Douglas won the title. And then you have Ray Gonzalez, who have also held it one time for only one day as well. You have TNA originals up in here, such as the Monster Abyss, who have won the title once and only held it for 56 days. Again, you have Tatsumi Fujinami. They have won the title and held it for 59 days. You have Ron Garvin up, and you see starting to see the people who have won the big gold version of the title in this list too. Ron Garvin won the title as well, and he held it for 62 days. You have Ricky Steamboat, who have won the title. The Sheik. You have another Asian wrestler. You have Raven, who have won the title. Chris Candido, Matt Cardona, who went by the name Zack Ryder in WWE. He won the title. And you have the only black wrestler who has won the title, and his name is Ron the Truth Killings, aka R-Truth, who has won it twice, and he held the title for 119 days. Again, that title reign should have been longer, but again, the booking in TNA back then in the early 2000s, yeah, you have EC3, Steve Corino, another ECW legend, and then you have Hiroyoshi Tenzan, who won the title. You have AJ Styles, who has won the title 3 times. You have Sting, who has won it twice. You have Christian Cage, who has won the title twice. And again, you keep going, and you have Rob Conway. You have Buddy Rogers, who went on to become the first WWE champion back when it was named the WWF. And you start to see the names that I pointed out all the way up here. And right here is Lou Thesz. Again, may Lou Thesz rest in peace. And then you have the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, holding the title. And here's my question: why do the black wrestling fans put down the world heavyweight title when that title and it ends up itself, like Triple H said, it has a longer lineage than the WWE Championship has. Now, I can understand that, there are black people who want to see somebody who looks like them hold the WWE Championship. I can understand that. But just because you want someone to hold the WWE Championship, that you don't have to put another championship down to make your point. You really don't. Oh, and the NWA is still going till this day. I'm talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. It's still going till this day. And last but not least, we go to this right here, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I'm not fond of of today's World Heavyweight title design. I think they should have gone with this design because this design is timeless and iconic as well. But yeah, as you can see, like the ECW title, it was represented in WCW as its main top prize, and then it came into the World Wrestling back then when it was named the World Wrestling Federation. And that was in 2001, March 26, 2001, to be precise. And then it lasted until December 9th, 2001 because of the tournament to crown the first ever undisputed champion in the WWE, which was won by none other than Chris Jericho himself. And it was established January 11th, 1991. And again, you can see where it says date retired. It was retired December 9th, 2001 when it unified with the WWF Championship. And you can see that the names that went by when it was active, and the first champion was indeed the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And again, Flair held it 8 times. Hulk Hogan held the title for 469 days, and Chris Jericho was the final champion because, again, Chris Jericho won the title for the second time, but it was a tournament to again crown the first ever undisputed champion. So, yeah. And this is one of the designs that they use to represent the WCW World Heavyweight title. And right here is Chris Jericho, the final, who was the final WCW World Heavyweight Champion. And he won the title at Vengeance in 2001. Well, pretty much every wrestling fan knows what happened at Vengeance in December of 2001. So, yeah. So, yeah. And then, oh yeah, I almost forgot. There was another um version of the title as well. This is the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship. And this was represented in WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the brand was WCW International. And it was retired on June 23rd, 1994. And its first champion was Ric Flair. The final champion was Ric Flair, and the most reigns was Ravishing Rick Rude, who have won the title 3 times, and he till this day he still holds the record for the longest reign at 178 days, and Hiroyoshi Hayes only held it for 8 days. This right here is the icon Sting again, who has held this version of the WCW title on 2 occasions. And as you can see right here, this is the list of people who have held the title. Again, you have Hiroshi Hayes and Rick Rude, and Rick Rude again, and who held it, who won the title and back in Fukuoka, Japan. This was back in 1994, and it was vacated at Slamboree in 1994, and then Sting won it at Slamboree of that year, and then Ric Flair unified the titles. So here you see the list right here. And then finally, and then finally, we go to the WWE's version of the World Heavyweight title, which is this right here. And as you can see, it tells, you know, it tells, everything that you need to know about it. And, on September 2nd, 2002, when it was just handed to Triple H, I thought they should have done a tournament because to me, it would say that Triple H won the title legitimately. But hey, it is what it is. And the first champion was Triple H. And again, the final champion was Randy Orton. Edge held the title 7 times, and Batista, till this day, still holds the record for the longest reign at 282 days. And Randy Orton, at the age of 24, everybody knows this, won the World Heavyweight title. And right here is the inaugural champion, Triple H. Right here you see Batista and Randy Orton, who was the final champion. And right here is the Radar superstar Edge. And also, I do not know why they don't have the picture of Booker T, because again, Booker T is a 6-time world champion. His 5 reigns have happened with the WCW World Heavyweight title. And his final reign happened with the WWE version of the title. And then you have Mark Henry, who won the title as well. So to me, and not only that, but Ron Simmons also won the WCW World Heavyweight title as well. And look at them now. Ron Simmons is in the Hall of Fame, and he didn't win the WWE Championship. Mark Henry is also in the Hall of Fame. He didn't win the WWE Championship, and Booker T is in the Hall of Fame, and he didn't win the WWE Championship. But they have won the World Heavyweight Championship Even though, and you know, Mark Henry is actually a two-time world champion because, yes, the ECW World Heavyweight Championship still counts as a world title. But yeah, I just want to come out and say this. Just because you want a black man to hold the WWE championship, that doesn't mean that you can automatically put down the world heavyweight title. And I've seen I've seen YouTube videos of black men actually putting down the world heavyweight title and uplifting the WWE championship. Like I said, you can uplift the WWE championship without putting down the world heavyweight title in the process. Because even though the WWE championship was established during the 1960s, again, like I said, it doesn't mean that you can put down a title that has existed way longer than the WWE Championship. And the main thing, and I started to realize that when it comes to this, it's like nothing is ever good for black men. Okay, and it's not hating on black men to say that, because here's the thing, I shouldn't be seeing videos of black men putting down the world heavyweight title just to be uplifting the WWE championship. And the fact of the matter is that it happens so much that I legitimately have more respect for the men who have won the world heavyweight title. And as of right now, I'm leaning towards if CM Punk does win the Royal Rumble next year, I would like to see him face Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title in the main event of WrestleMania. Because to tell you the truth, the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship then had its day. It's time for the World Heavyweight title to rise up again. And that's all I have to say. I want to thank everyone for coming. Make sure to like, comment, and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel. And I will be back on here later on tonight for the other live stream. So until then, love, peace, and happiness, and I'm out.